and the other sales tax is 63,000. So if you look back, going back to 2014, and read it across each year, there's just been a gradual decline in the amount of sales tax income that we've been getting. I guess as more people go to purchasing online, whatever, where they're not paying sales tax into the city. So, my credit goes to the department managers though, because we're still running about 17% below estimated expenditures. So, again, it's a credit to those guys for keeping a tight hand on their expenditures.
Echo what Roger's saying, the department heads, y'all doing a good job. 5 months under our belt, 7 months ahead of us on this budget, so just keep the reins tight and we'll get through it. And hopefully at the first of the year, things start turning around on the economy, but it's been a pretty bleak 5 months. Changes down here tonight, human resource.
Human resource. At the last meeting, I did make a statement that we would try to go ahead and get the employee handbook passed tonight. I did not get any phone calls, any emails, anything about any objections, about any problems. I did hear about your problem tonight. Tonight I heard about it, but I did hear that was resolved as well.
I read it, tried to read it very carefully, and some were just having draft rules and whatever else. I did that within a couple of days of the last council meeting and got that information back to the city clerk, and so they'd have a chance to make the corrections. Otherwise, I'm pleased with it.
Good deal. I'm glad you found some errors, and I'm glad that those were resolved. So at this time, I would like to make a motion that we approve the employee handbook as is. And if we need to make, changes later on, we always can.
Second.
Motion seconds, any comments or discussion?
Yes. For some reason, I think the street department's been kind of involved in a few other projects, and I really do not feel like I've had proper time to review it with my department head and myself personally. I'm sorry that I have to say I've been lax on this.
Well,
And,
the thing about it is, we can always go back and make changes. I'm just trying to get this passed. We've been trying to get it passed for a very long time.
so we would be allowed in the future, as we found these things, to bring them to the attention of what the committee. Is that how we would do it?
I don't know. Yeah. I would say if the committee knew about some errors or issues that you had, I believe that, the committee could resolve those issues without even bringing it to the whole council, to be honest with you.
My interpretation was this is a living document that amendments were expected.
Yes.
And will be probably quite a few of them as we go down the road.
Okay.
Yes, because things are going to change, throughout the months and throughout the years, and we'll have to change, certain, pages and all that.
Those changes can be made without the approval of the council.
Oh.
Okay, well, bring it to the committee and we'll bring it to the council. How about that?
I just don't want to make the statement. We'll have to pass it to find out what's in it.
It's really exciting reading.
It's a page turner.
Well, I've been reading on it for, 2
Long
years.
time.
Yes.
Well, it's been a
Thank
long
you, Noel.
process, and there's been a lot of work done on it, maybe not too expeditiously, but I'm glad to see this coming to a conclusion. But I would also encourage the council to do not drop the ball on it. One reason we had to make so many changes this time, we let the thing get out of date. And it's something that needs to be kept up to date as currently as possible. So in the future, please take that into consideration. If you got changes that need to be made, get them to the committee, and they in turn can bring the changes if necessary, but, sometimes we're our own worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? If that doesn't happen, you step back and think everything's great, you need to be staying on top of things.
It's a lot easier to make a couple changes at a time than it is a whole bunch.
Okay, we got, any further discussion?
No.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carries, we have a handbook.
Thank you, council. And department heads.
Yes, sir.
I know this has been a long, drug out process.
Department report, street department?
Good evening. I think the street department's taken up enough time here last couple of weeks to make this fairly brief. Got several employees out for illness and several using up their vacation, so we're running extremely short-handed from now till the first of the year, but there will be still people around to take care of down stop signs and things like that that come about. Saturday night, we did work quite a bit overtime with all the leaves down. I mean, it's Christmas time, you know, but the wind and the rain that came through in numerous places, the streets were flooded, so we had to crew out Saturday night getting that off. Leads into the GPSing of the storm drains. I'll be honest with you, I didn't have any idea how many we had. There was a lot of them. I knew where 80% of them are, but I didn't know where all of them were. Victor's here, he used to run them years and years ago, but we worked one day last week and GPSing them and getting the elevations. And he was working north of St. Francis and over to Floyd, okay? To the bypass and Northwest Park Town. And we made 384 stops. So we still don't know how many we've got, but we've got a lot to go. So we're going to do everything we can to get over all of them in 2.5 days, but I'm not sure we're going to make it. We're certainly going to try. But we've got it laid out on maps, and we're not wasting any time going from point to point. But we covered a lot of ground so far. At this point, I'd like to thank you all for your support of the street department, the street committee, myself, and all the employees at the street department. And wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and thank you for your service and allowing us to serve our citizens of Kennett as we try to move the city forward. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
First of the month, the week, John Dennis and myself attended the Missouri Police Chiefs Conference in Jeff City. A lot of new changes coming down as of January 1st in Missouri statewide statutes and how sentencing and fines are going to be placed on various infractions of law. So that was an interesting conference. The police department recently recognized 3 of their personnel. Landon Stewart was the day shift patrolman of the year, and Tyler Tinsley was the night patrolman of the year, and Leslie Teft was the dispatcher of the year. So they were awarded plaques for that. Before I move on to the floodplain management and mapping, I want to mention we made the news tonight. Got called today from KFS 12. Apparently one person or so was not satisfied that we set the sirens off or didn't do it quite as soon as they thought. But we have a standard operating procedure on that, and generally we're looking at what's out ahead of us and what's being reported. It was reported through 911 in Duncan County, as I recall, down to our dispatch center, and I immediately went to our weather watch room that we have set up, listening to the traffic, they said it was rain wrapped, and then as soon as we turned the TV on, we had Kennett tornado set the sirens off. The sirens, basically, when you hear them, that's kind of confirming that there is, or there reported is, some activity. It could be straight line winds, it could be a tornado, it's time to seek shelter. If people are relying totally upon the outdoor warning sirens, there's multiple other avenues to get your warning. There's apps for your personal cell phone, which almost every child and adult has today. You can get them from KFES 12 out of K, KAIP out of Jonesboro, the National Weather Service, that will let you know when there is a tornado warning, watch warning, or whatever for our area. In fact, it sets off an alarm. So I would challenge the public to get involved and get one of those apps on their phone so that they can move maybe more quickly while we're determining what's been spotted, where it's at, getting in position, and activating the sirens to let you know that, yeah, we believe this is to be true. How this works is, Dunklin County is over 50 miles long. We're sitting in the center. They'll put out warnings for the whole county. We're over here watching the weather radar sites. We have a GR2 analyst that goes right into the National Weather Service in Memphis, looking at their radar. We have a direct line out of 911 to Memphis. We have cell phone contact. In fact, Saturday twice we reported dime-sized hail that fell in Kennett to them. And that causes them to look closer at the radar to see if they can see a debris field or a hook or other things that they're trying to look at. But while that's going on, people need to respond to their safe area. And that would be wherever you work, look around, where would you go, where you reside, what's the innermost portion of your home. And we got good reports from like Walmart. They took everybody to the back area of the store and put them in a safe area. Every time we set them off, we either had an accident or people that, everybody wants to flock to the hospital basement, and that really congests the hospital. It's not a good location. So, you know, we set them off and we know that we pretty well have something, or it's been confirmed or relayed by the National Weather Service. We don't want to cry wolf. We set them off on Saturdays when it's clear at noon to test them. And we participate every March in the statewide severe weather drill that they have. Other than that, we generally do not activate these sirens because we want to keep them for when they go off, people know that we are probably under the gun. So with that said, I've seen some pictures that were placed on Facebook and that it's questionable as to what it may be, but we're doing the best we can. We've lost our cable TV interrupt. When they upgraded down there, they didn't continue it with the new owners. We no longer can interrupt the cable TV. So there's things like the cell phone apps that I would encourage each and every person to go into their app and be able to download them. Almost all of them are free. So if you have any more questions on that, you can see me after the council meeting and we can discuss it. I've got our SOP there, what we go by. We had a good fire training program earlier this month that was provided free by the University of Missouri Fire Training, and we had a lot of area fire departments. We've had a couple of them in the last couple of months. With the code enforcement, we received a letter, myself and Victor Moe did, regarding the floodplain mapping update. There was a meeting held in Dexter. I had a conflicting meeting, so Victor works the floodplain more than I do. Victor went to the meeting, and with that, I'm going to let Victor address the council because I think it's important in the public to know what he learned in that meeting and what's coming down the pike so that we can prepare people who possibly live in a future floodplain or currently do as to what may take place. So rather than getting it secondhand, Victor, if you wanna approach the council.
One of these days I'm gonna come and have good news for everybody. I attended this meeting last Tuesday, the 13th. It was with the State Emergency Management Agency and FEMA. And what it boils down to, we're going to be getting new floodplain maps, digital maps, which is great to look at and you pinpoint. They went through, our old maps were 1980 was the last time our maps were redone, and they were done on a 30-foot plane. The new digital maps will be done anywhere from a 6-foot, 2-foot to 6-inch plane. So they're also going to do a flood study along with this, which will do the hydrology that are going to take into our soil types, drainage. Everything will go into the thing. There may possibly be some properties that come out of the floodplain, and there may possibly be some that come into the floodplain. I know as of right now, I think y'all got a map down there at the bottom. That straight line is the south bypass. It's like our floodplain stopped at the south bypass. It didn't go any further, and then I call it pixie dust. It looks like they just spread out little spots, you know. So, and it's not gonna be done city by city. They're gonna do the entire Dunklin County. So every city within Dunklin County will be remapped and studied. So it's gonna be a 3 to 4 year process. When they fly a plane over, and they use a thing called LiDAR, which is the imaging part of it. They hope to have the maps done by the summer of 2019. So in the meantime, there will be several meetings along the way that I encourage anybody that wants to go or can go, because this will affect the citizens of Kennett for years to come. You know, if it's as long for the next set of maps as it's been for this one, we probably none of us get here. But I just wanted y'all to know that, you know, there may be questions from the citizens calling y'all, because after this gets started, there will be public participation meetings, so they can kind of explain to the people what's going on and everything. But I'm sure that there will be happy people that go out of the floodplain, and there will be very sad people that go in. So, and that's all I've got. If you've got any questions, I'm up for questions, or you can call me anytime.
Thank you.
The thing I put in there, it kind of goes through the meeting schedules, but most of them are to be determined. But it will be a long process. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Proceeding and taking care of the old business already. New business to deal with, regards to audit for you. You can get through that tonight, or get a chance to read it. Can we do that next time? I just got to audit.
Yeah, I don't know if we have to approve it tonight. Well, I don't either, but. I don't see, that has to be done tonight, so.
The only thing is I have to get it before the end of the year, like on Jefferson City, and if we don't approve it, something will have to be reviewed.
Can we offer approval or move to approve it, subject to corrections if we find any that need to be made?
Sure.
I'd like to give you an opportunity to look at it,
Yeah,
we just
look
got
at
it.
it.
and,
But I mean, it can be sent, there has to be something sent to Jeff City by the end of the year, and we can send what we have. And if we have to make changes to it, we can send a revised record.
I move we approve it subject to corrections if needed.
I'll second that.
Motion second, all in favor, say aye. Okay, we have an ordinance, approved tonight.
It's the calling for the election that
Not now.
started
Well, I'm cooler than I was.
nominations for on December 13th. First reading is an ordinance calling for the regular city election of the city of Kennett, Missouri, for the purpose of having the qualified voters of said city elect a council member from Ward 1, a council member from Ward 2, a council member from Ward 3, a council member from Ward 4, and a council member from Ward 5, designating the time for holding said election, describing the information for the ballot for use thereat, and authorizing the city clerk to give such prescribed information, notice of said election to the county clerk of Duncan County. Again, the election will be on April 4th, 2017. The deadline for any candidate to file for any of the offices is 5 p.m. on January 17, 2017.
Motion.
Motion second,
Second.
all in favor, say aye.
Second reading, an ordinance calling for the regular city election of the city of Kennett, Missouri, for the purpose of having the qualified voters of said city elect a council member from Ward 1, a council member from Ward 2, a council member from Ward 3, a council member from Ward 4, and a council member from Ward 5, designating the time of holding said election, prescribing the information for the ballot to be used thereat, and authorizing the city clerk to give such prescribed information, notice of said election to the county clerk of Duncan County.
Motion. Second.
Yes.
Aye.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Aye.
Ordinance passes. This is always an interesting time of year when it comes up to getting ready for the upcoming election. This is half the seats are up each year. Personal note, those that are up for re-election, I would like to give you a big attaboy for the job you've done, and I would certainly encourage each of you to consider running for re-election. I think we've come a long way the last couple of years, but we're not there yet. I'll probably be twisting orange through closer to election time. Thank you. In your package, you have the city abstract for November. Need a motion to approve.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. You also have city, I guess, and water.